Hey guys, it's Sydney.
And Andy
Together again.
for another episode.
Don't sound so excited.
Well, I feel like I got ambushed last week.
Oh, we're just gonna get right
Yeah,
in.
we're gonna get
We're
right
just
into
gonna
that.
start with the drama.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it kind of bothered me, man, because
Oh, so
I'm
fight.
not anti-kid or anti-buck, you know that, right?
Okay,
But I am pro-work
of
and
course.
do your job,
Me
right? And that's
too.
that's really what I think when you look at the year after they lost the Super Bowl, I would say that was a team that was not prepared.
Okay.
Usually penalties and big plays are a form of being not prepared. And one of the reasons you're not prepared is because you're not doing your job. And your job starts when the season ends. So yeah, that kind of, and then you hit me with the little book thing, right? Yeah. Maybe out
He
like an
said,
ogre.
yeah, he said, I feel set up.
Yeah, most
Hey,
definitely set up.
you're being dramatic.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's all I got to say
Okay.
about that.
So
What?
I went in the pool.
Yeah,
Well, I went to the pool.
yeah. After you said you weren't going to do it. And I still have no Apple TV, and I watched the Union a week after they play.
I had to. I had an out of towner visiting who wanted nothing more than to go in the pool.
All right.
Nothing more than to go in the
Well,
pool. Had
yeah.
to pay.
Is the water hot? Because
It was nice.
I
It
mean
was
that
like,
thing's so small, you would think that water would
oh
boil.
no. It wasn't like hot,
Uh,
but it was like
was there a lot of people there?
it was just us. Rented out the whole pool for the day.
Lifeguard?
And the lifeguard, of course. It was 10:58. I get there.
Pool opens at 11.
Pool opens at 11.
Made you wait 2 minutes.
I said, I don't mind waiting. Like, I'm more than happy to wait. She was like, "Ugh, it's fine. I was like, I won't swim in the pool if that's what you're worried about. Like,
Well,
it's like tighter than had to show my ID, tighter than Fort Knox over there. But I
well,
did
they
it.
don't want people drowning in the pool.
I get
And
it.
she's not getting paid till 11 o'clock, or he's not getting paid till 11 o'clock. So that's when they want to start.
I get it.
Not easy being a
Totally get
lifeguard.
it. That may be the last time I ever go.
Lifeguard. Lifeguard.
Anyway, you went for a bike ride this weekend?
Yeah, did a bike ride.
How'd it go?
Not as good as I was hoping, but I was a little tired by the time I probably cut it like 5, 6 miles short.
Okay.
It was
That's
a rough
okay.
week last week with that heat and
You work hard, Dad. You
yeah,
always work hard.
and then I worked out in the morning. I did legs.
Oh, wait. I just noticed. Did you wear this so it's not a white t-shirt?
No,
Because we roasted you last week.
no, it just I don't know. It finally made the rotation.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Sorry to interrupt. I was just looking at your shirt. Well, I was thinking, wow, we're both in Eagles.
yeah.
I always wear this sweatshirt. If you always wear a white t-shirt, I always wear this sweatshirt. So
Uh-huh.
I'm not one to judge, really. Anyway, your bike ride
Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was
was
nice, uneventful. Phillies won 2 of 3. So, right?
game.
Was that this weekend? No.
They had a
Oh,
bad weekend.
Phillies got swept. That's right. So that's the
It
part
was
that
a
was no
really
good.
bad weekend.
Yeah, that's the part that was no good. They got swept. They only scored what, 2 runs in 3 games.
I couldn't tell you. I was in the
But they only gave up 4 runs in 3 games. Their starting pitching was phenomenal.
Was it?
Phenomenal. Yeah, they just couldn't get hits. The Astros starting pitching was just as good. When the Phillies bats die, they die, man.
They were alive on Monday.
Yeah, but again, it's kind of like I said that they're pretty good against the mediocre to bad teams, but when they play teams that are of a caliber, they're good. I mean, the Phillies have what, the fourth, maybe third, fourth best record in baseball right now, but they sure don't seem like the third or fourth best team in baseball.
Mm.
Yeah, they're well on their way to winning at least mid 90s in games. You said something like that. I said,
I think I said 100 actually.
all right, so they're on their way. They could do it. They were only a couple games off of that pace.
It's just hard to believe that when you have a really bad weekend.
Well, it's not that they had a bad weekend. They've done this a couple times. Didn't they get swept by Pittsburgh one time and maybe the Mets early in the season? Like they just they have these stretches where they can't get the bat on the ball. They just swing for the fences. Then the fielding starts to come apart. Castellanos didn't have his best week, after that whole blow up of him being pulled defensively. You could see why he got pulled for defensive replacement a couple games last week. And I like Nick Castellanos. I think he's a good player. But I think that led to that whole Kepler thing, you know.
You're talking to someone who just didn't keep up this week,
So
so
Kepler came out, and he was saying, the reason that he's not doing as well is because he's not playing as much as he was told he was going to play. So really, I think he's only missed 15 games this year where he didn't start. But to be honest, his average is not all that good. He's not playing all that great that he should be complaining. I think he's kind of lucky that he's still on the, in the starting, in the starting lineup every day.
okay.
I just think yeah, I don't know what to do at center field. I don't like Marsh, and it just doesn't seem like Rojas is gonna be the guy that you want him to be. So yeah, the trade deadline's coming up. If they're gonna do something, they gotta, yeah.
What are you thinking?
Well, I think they shouldn't do anything because I don't think it really matters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna acquire a bat that's gonna carry them through when they hit in their lulls. I think whoever they acquire will end up in the same lull when they're in that lull.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but they did get somebody new on the team.
They did.
Okay, well, not somebody. They got a service dog, Tugger. He's speechless. He's so excited.
I don't understand what do you mean they got a service dog? Is he just hanging out in the dugout
He's just
or
hanging out,
in the
learning how
locker
to be
room?
a service dog. Being so adorable. How do you feel about that?
Whatever.
No comment.
I don't understand any of this stuff, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
It's just
But
like
as long as
fun.
as
And
long as they're happy, the dog's happy.
he seems really happy. He plays with the Philly Fanatic toy. They all hang out with him.
What's his name?
Tugger?
Tugger. Oh, so they named him after Tug McGraw.
I don't know who that is. But I guess they did. Lucky him.
Yeah.
Your Union.
Well, they lost Saturday, 1-0. But yeah, they were on quite a stretch where they had a point or at least a point in 13 straight. They're still number one in the conference, maybe still in the whole league, fighting for the supporter shield. I mean, they're having a really good. Like I said, it's surprising that just switching that coach, they bought some players in that they could just climb back up and get back into that spot where they're a good team, and they're fun to watch.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah. And then the US beat whoever they played the other night. Who did they play? Guatemala. Did they play Guatemala?
Yep.
I think so. And that game went to penalty kicks, and they got the win. So they play. I don't know. Maybe they play Guatemala this week. I don't know. Maybe they play Guatemala Sunday.
Well, regardless, I feel like they're doing better than you were anticipating
Well, yeah, in
so
this
far.
tournament they're doing much better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but you know, they won every game in the group. Then they did what they did Sunday, and they moved advanced to they play Guatemala tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So then Mexico plays whoever Mexico plays. So hopefully we'll play Mexico for the championship.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's really sounding promising.
yeah, but I don't know where that really puts them. Like Mexico's a really good measuring stick for them. Mexico's a good squad, so that'll really tell you something.
Be the true test.
Yes.
Man, my yawning, my case
We
of the
keep you
yawns is
up.
bad tonight. It's always bad, but it's like at an all-time high. I think it's like the rain, all the storms,
The weather,
tornadoes,
the humidity takes it out of you
the
when you
long
work out in the
weekend.
sun. Well, yeah, all that alcohol, the IV drip.
Damn, Dad, putting me on blast. That wasn't me. That was
Well,
Paige.
I can't believe you guys do that kind of stuff,
We
man.
normally don't. That was our first time ever.
I can't believe there's a service.
There is. When you need it, you need it. So
What did you
yeah.
like Google MD on the run or something?
It's like a common thing. It's like, wait, I have one friend who does it a lot, like quite frequently, but it's very expensive. I think we obviously like all did it for her. It was the bride. I think like 17 of us all paid like $17 or something.
Did she feel better?
She felt better, but not anywhere near normal. She was
And
really,
you were up and early, up and out early Sunday.
oh my gosh, 7 a.m.
Why?
That's like been our thing for years. No matter how late we stay up, no matter how drunk we get, regardless of the circumstances, we wake up Sunday morning, 6, 7, 8, and we're like, we need to get the F out of wherever we are. It started at Penn State. We would always be like, let's get the F out of Penn State. And now it's really just transpired for every single place we go to.
That's crazy.
Because we just want to be home. Like,
Right.
and especially like in the Hamptons, all the New York City traffic, we did not want to deal with that. So we had to go.
All right.
I know, we're brave. I know that's what you were
Good thing
thinking.
that girl was driving.
Who? Oh, Abby. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ambulance driver. Yeah, she did a good job. Paige actually drove for a little though,
Oh, yeah.
because she was like, oh, I feel so, she gets car sick really easily.
Hmm.
Anyway, I don't even know how that, oh, me being tired. Yeah. Eagles news. I don't really have much except they're getting their Super Bowl rings July 18th. So that'll be exciting
Well, for that.
for them. But oh, did you see that they're having like a boat parade?
Didn't they do that once before? They do that in, is it Ocean City?
I don't know, but they're doing it in Philly along with Super Bowl. I'm
They
pretty
are?
sure. Or Delaware. Yeah. Super Bowl theme.
I didn't see that.
I'll send you the link.
Maybe
Well, I'll send
maybe
you
I
the
can get down.
info.
Well, but they'd be near Boathouse Row. Maybe I could go down on the bike and go to
Probably.
Boathouse Row and
It's
catch a
at
plane.
night though. Well, not, I think it's 7 to 9.
Yeah, well, I'm not riding back from Boathouse Row at 9 o'clock
Yeah,
at night.
that's
It's gonna
fair.
take me a couple hours.
That's fair. I could pick you up.
Nah.
Well, anyway,
Now I'll just
that's
watch it on TV.
another exciting thing.
So they get the ring, they got a parade, training camp starts. So
Yeah, and then they're back to work.
let's just get back to work, man. Let's get this thing rolling here,
He's
man.
so sick of hearing about the fun.
Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Last year they weren't doing this stuff. You know what they were doing? They were working.
I think there's a
Because they
lot of
wanted to
things
get to the top.
we don't see. What did I send you the other day? I sent you guys, they are the team projected to win again this season.
Yeah, that's just yeah, because they won the Super Bowl last year. Just
So
like
February 10th.
just like OKC is projected to win the NBA title,
Okay.
and the Florida Panthers are
You just have no faith. Just because you're having fun doesn't mean you can't work hard either. We talked about this last week.
I know.
So
I know, and I'm just glad it's going to be over.
it's going to be over really soon and we never
Can't
have to
have
have
it
this
soon
conversation again.
enough.
But speaking of them having fun, they did the event at the OD. last Wednesday.
Right.
And we know some people that we're hanging out with, some of the guys.
You know?
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah. Some are friends. But fun, right?
Who?
But we don't need to tell everyone.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's business, you
All
know.
right.
You name drop enough. But super fun.
Yeah, and it's a good cause. They make a lot of money
I
for
think it was Cooper, Bo Allen. Um,
the Kelseys.
well, yeah, but the ones that were like hanging out like after the event.
Was my boy there, Quinyon.
I don't remember. I have to look at the pictures.
There's a big thing on WIP about who's better, who had a better year, Zach Vaughn or Quinyon Mitchell.
What do you think?
Well, it's hard to
That is a tough one.
like Quinyon had a really great year for a rookie
I know, that's what you kind
defensive
of think I
back,
would say
and
him.
and Zach Vaughn
He had a
had a
really
really
good
great year for first time middle linebacker. So
Yeah.
it's like this, like I just like to bring up these little stuff they talk about on WIP because it's just kind of, it's really hard to say that it was this guy or this guy, right?
Yeah.
Like if you ask me on the defense, the guy that had the best year is Jalen Carter.
You love that guy. Wait, can you show them?
Oh, my picture.
So
Of
this
course.
was the Father's Day, birthday, one of the presents.
Of course, this is the greatest picture ever. I would love to get a tattoo of this, baby.
It's not too late.
Yeah, I love it.
So you can see what you're watching on TV, Bird Huddle. We'll describe to the listeners what it's of.
It's the play where they had the strip sack where who stripped him? Was it Milton Williams stripped him?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think Milton Williams
So-
stripped him, and then Jalen Carter just bam right in the face. Beautiful. And a no call. Like the greatest play ever. We got a picture of it. It should have been called. No call. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah.
And how did that just come up? Your nice
Oh,
big poster.
we were talking about
Mitchell,
Zach Vaughn, and I said I thought that Jalen had the best year because he creates so much havoc that the whole defense eats off of the havoc that man creates.
Yeah.
So, like, I think as much as people think it's going to be hard to replace Josh Sweat and Milton Williams, I think if Jalen Carter can play the way he did last year, which is going to be hard to keep up that tempo. He played a lot of snaps last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he could play like that, like you're going to see a Jomo and you're going to see Jalen's Hunt actually become names that you know because of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Quinion and Zach Vaughn also are helped by that guy because he puts the quarterback in a bad spot, or he puts the running back in a spot where he doesn't want to go, and it lets Zach Vaughn make a play, or it lets Quinyon Mitchell not have to cover for as long. So yeah, I mean, I think Jalen Carter.
Okay.
He wasn't even in their comp.
No.
But he's an MIDS.
Improvising. That's fair enough. I think that's okay. Eagles Dallas, 65 days.
Is it 65 days?
60, that's like just shy of 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean, just
It's like 9 weeks.
just
A
long
little over
2
9
months.
weeks. Yeah.
So that's exciting. Summer's flying by. It's already July.
Yeah.
It's insane. The Sixers, who would have thought I would bring that up, but I guess they're going to summer camp or whatever
Yeah,
they
it's
do.
the G League, right?
Who knows?
But that's usually like guys that are bench players and free agents and young
fun for
trying
them.
to build up and get a spot on the roster. So yeah.
Okay, then I'm actually so excited for that.
Yeah.
It starts July 5th.
Yeah.
So
and Philly was awarded. I think they were awarded a WNBA team.
they were. I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah. So congratulations to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, Sid. I've seen bits and pieces of the WNBA,
Hmm.
and I'll be honest with you. That game is not as good as the NBA game.
Oh, okay.
It's not. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, and it's just not. Like it.
Automatically thinks my feelings are hurt.
Well, not yours, but there's a lot of women that feel like, yeah, that game is as good as the NBA, but it's not. There's some talented players in that league. I couldn't name any of them, but there is some, I'm sure.
Well, I just think some people are into the WNBA. Some people
Well,
aren't.
there's a lot of girls that play basketball, so yeah, it should be an up and coming sport in the
I
next
feel like
10 years.
that's your thing. That's exciting. If it's not your thing, then it's still
Yeah.
exciting, but
I think I saw a thing of the 10 most watched sports in the world. Where do you think football is? American football is on that. 10 most watched sports in the world. Where do you think American football lands on that list?
4 or 8.
10.
Oh my gosh.
Baseball is like seventh.
Soccer is probably up there.
Soccer was like third. Volleyball was fifth. Cricket. Cricket was second. And I think tennis was first.
Well, I just think nobody, where else is
Well,
there
American football
football?
is just really
Yeah.
here.
So
Right.
that's
And
not
that's
shocking.
when people say the whole world watches the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like 170,
Yeah.
when you watch the World Cup championship
Is
game gets like a
yeah.
billion
And
people.
the Olympics.
And the Olymp, yeah, they get like,
Yeah.
but cricket
Well,
and volleyball, like I was shocked that volleyball was fifth in the world.
yeah, that is.
That means that there's a lot of people watching
It
volleyball
doesn't surprise me that
and
it's
it's very
higher than
competitive.
football. I was,
What, American football? No, it
yeah,
doesn't surprise me because it's
because they're
played
all, yeah.
all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but to hear that it was fifth, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was gonna say something. How did that come up?
I don't know. I was just trying to fill some time.
No, but it sparked something that I'm now forgetting. We have 65 days. I'm not gonna remember. I just think that's it.
My Dallas hat will be out soon.
Yeah, really will be. We'll have to get all of our gear out soon.
Yeah, well, doesn't really to put away.
Order some new stuff, that's for sure. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Thank goodness. Courtney's in the Dominican Republic with her family, and she was saying that everyone they like tell they're from Philly, like everyone's always like go birds. Like the
Right.
bartenders,
Right.
people that work at the
I thought she was
resort.
going to say she was seeing a bunch of Kansas City Chiefs.
No, I mean, but maybe. No, but she said there's a lot of people who are like into it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's that.
Oh, fantastic.
Another big weekend this weekend. It's the 4th of July.
Why, happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America.
250.
250. You get a day off.
3-day weekend.
3-day weekend.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's where Val's already at the beach. Megan's gonna be working the 4th of July.
She is?
Yeah, she's working for Big E.
She is a go-getter.
Hustler.
What's up with you guys?
We like to make money.
Good for her.
And I'm heading down to the beach tomorrow.
All right.
Short week. It's so exhausting being me.
I can see that, man. I'm going to work tomorrow.
I'm working tomorrow, but then after
I'm
work,
going to
I'm
work
leaving.
Thursday, too.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. But it's all right.
It is okay.
Like I said, I'm right now, I'm as lucky as could be, Sid. I'm 9 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
When does that ever happen?
Never.
I sleep till 4:45 and I'm home at 5 after 3, 10 after 3.
It's a great life.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
We really can't. All right, well, I
All
guess
right.
that's all I have.
Well, thanks for
Thanks for
watching.
watching. Everyone be careful in the storms and on the holiday weekend.
Be safe.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Go
Go
Birds.
birds.